Welcome to our PBL B for the AEDT 4130U Social Justice Issues in Adult Education course. This presentation has been created by Brandon Carson, Nicole Gilkes, Hallahan, and Lisa McInerney. Our PBL will address accessibility barriers that are present in the post-secondary education environment. Jim has recently enrolled in courses at Durham College. As a student with disabilities, he is attending his first class and has already encountered several accessibility issues. He was not able to enter the classroom without another student holding the door for him, and also had a visual impairment and was not able to read the slides or notes that were in DC Connect. DC Connect is the institution's learning management system. He is very frustrated, and the teacher is new and was not very helpful. Susan is a new professor at Durham College and taught her first class today. A new student, Jim, arrived in a wheelchair and needed assistance getting into and out of the classroom due to no door opener being installed on the class door. He also had difficulties with the notes that she posted in DC Connect, and he was not able to read them before class. She looked in her email and found that she had received an email from the Access and Support Center at Durham College about an access plan to meet the student's accommodation needs. Unfortunately, Susan has no idea what an access plan for accommodations is or what to do next. Additionally, as a new employee, Susan was given a lot of information and tasks to complete when she first started. Although she is only paid for her hours in the classroom, she is also expected to complete additional training modules as a new employee. 3 of the modules she is required to complete are the AODA Customer Service Standard Training, AODA Integrated Standards Training, and AODA for Educators Training. This was mixed in with several of the documents Susan received, and she has yet to review the required modules she was supposed to complete before she started teaching. The problems that have been identified from this scenario are: the student requires changes to the classroom that will allow him to enter without any barriers. The student requires course material to be readable through a screen reader. The professor does not know how to address accommodation and has not received any training on how to support students with disabilities in the classroom. And finally, Durham College has not ensured that all classrooms are barrier-free and has not provided accessibility training to their new hires. The Ontario Human Rights Commission clearly identifies how to provide post-secondary students with disabilities access to barrier-free education. Post-secondary institutions need to prepare accessibility plans that meet the Ontarians with Disabilities Act requirements, set goals, state what is being done to follow principles of inclusion by design, remove barriers, and meet interim accommodations if applicable. They also need to provide information about what policies and procedures are addressing areas such as implementation, monitoring, education and training, dispute resolution, and accountability. Post-secondary institutions are required to develop and implement education strategies for faculty and staff to support students with disabilities. It is recommended that faculty utilize universal design principles in developing and delivering courses. These set of principles provide recommendations in creating course material in a variety of ways to support the learner. These institutions also have a duty to accommodate in designing websites. They must be easily accessible for use with large print or screen readers to read the content on the page. It is also required that upper management take measures to ensure all staff and faculty follow the requirements of the Ontarians with Disabilities Act and disability policy when identifying appropriate accommodations. Based off the problem, we were able to identify the following solutions for our student Jim. Jim has already registered with the Access and Support Center and should book an appointment to meet with the accessibility coach or a case manager to arrange appropriate support services. The meeting will also allow for Jim to become aware of the supports and accommodations available and also his responsibilities as the student. For example, meeting registration deadlines, providing required documentation, etc. We should also encourage Jim to use the anonymous feedback to voice his concerns in a constructive way. Solutions for the faculty member include familiarizing herself with the Access and Support Center, the Accessibility Customer Service Policy, and the Center for Academic and Faculty Enrichment. She will need to contact her dean and the scheduling department regarding a barrier-free classroom. She needs to ensure she is planning her time accordingly each semester to complete the necessary training and to ensure that accommodations are in place for students on day one of her classes. She needs to take more ownership and responsibility of her non-compliance and be aware of the implications on the student, herself, and the institution. She should collaborate with the ASC and the students to ensure accommodations and AODA requirements are being met, and reach out to the cafe to take advantage of the great resources available to her. We will cover the services offered through cafe later in this presentation. The college has mandatory AODA training modules to be completed by faculty members. These include the AODA Customer Service Standard Training, AODA Integrated Standards Training, and AODA for Educators Training. Although this training is mandatory, there seems to be an issue with when the training is offered and when the faculty is being hired. The Human Resources Department at Durham College could consider revising the recruitment process for faculty members. By onboarding faculty earlier in the year, there would be more time to ensure all mandatory training is completed and documented. They could also implement a follow-up process so there are regular check-ins with faculty to ensure that necessary training is in fact completed and properly documented. HR could also schedule the faculty into mandatory training sessions to ensure training is completed. Another large change or suggestion would be revising the communication plan for faculty. One of the problems identified was that this information was mixed in with other information when the faculty was hired. There needs to be a clearer process for faculty to find this information. The non-compliance implications should be communicated more prominently to the faculty and the entire campus community. Durham College could also consider paying the faculty for their time required to complete the training and provide refresher webinars and in-person sessions offered to students and faculty more regularly throughout the year. Additionally, Durham College has a teaching and learning center named the Center for Academic and Faculty Enrichment, also known as the CAFE. This department has industry experts who are able to assist faculty with accessibility matters in curriculum development, teaching and learning technologies, including software. From a teaching and learning standpoint, the center provides one-on-one and group workshops on Universal Design for Learning. The CAFE defines Universal Design for Learning as a set of curriculum design and delivery principles aimed at creating an inclusive and accessible learning experience for students. Faculty who are unable to visit the center during business hours have access to several online resources that are available to them 24/7 on the CAFE website and to the CAFE's video transcription services via emailing the department. Finally, the Access and Support Center at Durham College offers a variety of services to students with disabilities. These include, but are not limited to, creating access plans to meet student accommodation needs, an anonymous feedback process, American Sign Language and computerized note-taking or real-time captioning, providing material in an alternative format, peer note-taking, and access to software to assist with a wide range of exceptionalities. In addition to the ASC, Durham College offers a wide range of services to students. Other support services include coaching, mental health supports, and additional education supports and resources offered through their student academic learning services. Thank you for viewing our presentation, and please view the references for our presentation.